Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to all of you for AAA session. Students, just let me know whether you people can hear me. Can you hear me, please? Good. Good morning. Good morning. All right. So just give me 1 minute. I'll be starting the lecture in few minutes. Okay, students. Now, I am Hamzah Siddiq. I have been teaching ACCA since last more than 12 years. And AAA is my favorite subject among ACCA. And why it is favorite, we are going to talk about it in a short while. Excuse me. So students, before I proceed, if there is any issue with anyone in means that if someone is unable to hear me, they can fix it like this. Yes. Now, just 1 second. It is getting connected to the iPad. Yes, students. Now, just starting, but before, let us have some introduction from your side. Your name, you will open your mic, your name, where are you working, and from where you are in Mauritius. Yes, three things. Name, where are you working, and yes, please. Everyone, starting with the Aisha, please introduce
Hello.
yourself. Yes,
Hello,
hello.
sir. I'm Aisha Shamsia. I am working at EY and
EY.
I am from Providence.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you, thank you. Yes, the next one, please. It's starting with IS. The name is starting with IS. I am unable to. Virappa, last name, I think. Yes, please introduce yourself here.
Good morning, everyone. I'm
Good
Isai
morning.
Vanen. I work at GRID, a development property company, and I live in Granby,
Granted.
Mauritius.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, dear. Thank you. Yes. The next is Keshwari. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I'm Keshwari. I'm working as Assistant Financial Controller at Heritage Awali, a hotel in Mauritius, and I live at Flammarion.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Next is the Neha.
Hello everyone, I am Neha. I am currently working at Auburn Africa as accountant. I am from Planmagnon.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Priya. Yes.
Hello everyone, I'm Priya from Pamplemousse and I'm working as an accountant in an offshore company.
Good. Thank you. Thank you, Priya. And the next is Yuwani. No. Oh, yeah. Priya,
Hello
Shivani.
everyone.
Yes, 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 please.
Sorry. Hello everyone. I am Yavani from Upperville and I am currently working as Senior Associate Accounting at ACCA.
Oh, okay, good. Yes, Shivani. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Shivani. I am currently working as internal auditor at Mobile and I am from Union Park.
Oh, okay. Right. Thank you. Thank you, Shra.
Hello everyone, I am Yushka from Planmagnon and I'm a full-time student.
Full-time students. Great. Great.
Yes.
You know, rare people are full-time students in ACCA. In Mauritius at level 3. Okay, good. So, yes. So, lucky you. Zenat, yes, please.
Hello everyone, I'm Zinat from Phoenix. I'm currently working in a distribution company where we distribute Procter and Gamble products.
Oh, okay.
I'm working as an accountant.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Zenat. Thank you. So let us proceed with the subjects and try to understand what the subject actually is. These are the words from your examiner. What does he say? Students, that the students should have what they expect from students. They should have technical knowledge of IFRS. Means what I'm speaking, you can note down. The technical knowledge of IFRS is what you have studied in your previous study. Examiner says that you should have good knowledge of that. Yes. So the next is they should be able to apply knowledge to the scenario. Yeah. Application of knowledge of audit and IFRS knowledge, whatever you get here. Second point. And the third is related to exam. Must be able to demonstrate that application of knowledge. Demonstrate that application of knowledge. Now, what is meant by demonstrate? Demonstrate means you should draft answer as per guidance and expectation of examiner. Now, the point is guidance and expectation. Where it is, we will be talking about that. And other areas, of course, means that this applies to not only one part of the syllabus or two, it is about the whole P7, AAA, sorry, the paper. So the point is, the exam format is in front of you. Section A, 50 marks. The recent change in exam AAA, which is applicable from September 2022, it has caused some panic to the students that there are, out of 100 marks, there are 20 marks which are professional skills marks. And students are quite worried that what these 20 marks are for. Now listen. What I have to say about this change is that this is something positive change for students. If we talk about AAA, it is something positive change. Now, what is meant by positive change? Meaning is quite clear that students now will be awarded these 20, before that, even students were being marked and these skills were being considered, but they were not quite clear cut in this way explained by examiners. Means that these were part and parcel of your previous paper. But now examiner has made it easy for you. Has it made it easy for you? That he has now told you that there will be certain skills which we will be testing from you. And what are those skills? What those skills are? Yes. Those skills are, the first skill is communication skill. What is it? Communication skill is the same. Where there were 4 marks, there should used to be in the question 1. 4 marks. In question number 1. There used to be. Let me write it here. Yes. In which you have to write salutation, addressee, introduction paragraph, heading, conclusion, logical flow. This is communication. It is nothing new, old one. Yes. Then there is analysis and evaluation skill. There is skepticism and judgment skill. Then there is commercial acumen. It will be tested, can be tested here, can be tested here in question number 1. Yes. It can be tested here. Yes. Total marks of skill are 10. Then the same question number 2 of your paper can be tested here, 5 marks. And question number 3, 5 marks. This is 20 in total. First thing I'm going to tell you today, examiner has assisted you by telling that we are testing these skills. Examiner has not created any problem for you. Rather, they have assisted you. I'm telling you. So it should be clear to you people. And I will be talking about these skills very detailed, wherever relevant, when we will be solving exam questions. Okay, when we come to the practice question. Now, so students, for example, commercial acumen. Commercial acumen is trying to understand the business situation, utilizing, trying to be at the same place of business where the people are. It's not like that you are solving some question just like that and you are not present in the situation. So feeling yourself in the situation, which is given in the scenario, trying to utilize the relevant facts of the business. Of course, they will be present in the scenario, but you can assume some as well. For example, IT business. For example, manufacturing concern. For the manufacturing concern, automatically this is commercial acumen. That for the manufacturing concern, they will have a huge plant and machinery, huge investment in the inventory. Commercial acumen. Skepticism and judgment. Skepticism, what is it? Questioning mind, alert. For example, you are solving ethics question. I'm just giving you an overview. So ethics, so you have to be skeptic, alert from the situations where threat may arise. When you are evaluating the relationship between auditor and the management, you have to be using the questioning mind. Judgment. Giving the audit report. Forming a conclusion. Evidence is sufficient or not. This is what you used to do before, even means students used to do before who were doing AAA before. Tell me in a direct message, how many of you are doing AAA first time or the second time? You can send me a private message here, direct message. Yes, first time or second time. If you feel shy sharing with everyone. Just want to analyze how many of you know the subject before. Is it your first time studying AAA or the second time? Tell me, please. Good. Majority are doing it first time. It's good. Things will be good. Now, so what I was telling you people that these things, of course, these are not tough. They're quite interesting. Now, let us proceed further. Come to the course plan. Course plan is here in front of you people. I may change a bit. Yeah. Okay. A minor change may be there in the course plan. For example, I say, okay, today we will do only this. For example, half of this, because majority of you don't have notes. Okay. So of course you need to have notes with yourself. So students, this is the plan, and there are 2 tests mentioned only in it. This time we are working on it to conduct 4 tests. 4 tests during session. And the reason is we want students to pass the exam. in December. This is first time we are going to follow a rigorous approach. And I'm telling you that you should prepare exam for December along with the class. You must not miss live class. So attend all live classes, please. Attend all live classes. Don't miss at all. And the second is, students, you have to, when you will be attending live classes, then you can attempt tests as well. And we will be returning, marking the test. I'll be marking. And I'll be announcing the test result as well. After each test, this result will be announced in the WhatsApp group. And we will be making a record which student appeared in the test, which failed, how many marks each. We will be sharing that. So it is a matter of now competition as well. You should be preparing it timely and attempting each test. And then at the end, we will have a mock as well. At the end, session ends. And I'll be marking that as well. So please, if you are serious about studies, you have joined my live session, my classes. So you should follow me now. You may have the option of studying in so many colleges, physical classes. You have opted for live online class. So if you have opted it, you have to follow things, what I say. Okay. Now, so students, this is the course plan in front of you people. You can download on your website. I think you can download if you have not downloaded it. AAA syllabus, if we see the course plan, this syllabus we can distribute into two sections, major areas. Two major areas. One, this is audit of historical financial information. Historical financial statements. And then these are other areas. Other areas. Let me write here. AAA syllabus. Audit of historical financial statement in last year. And the second is other areas. Students, there are 17 lectures mentioned. I may conduct 2 to 3 sessions additional for additional practice. Okay, they are not mentioned in that, but that will be communicated to you with prior notice. So audit of historical financial statements. It starts with acceptance of audit. Second, audit planning. And risk assessment. Audit procedure and evidence. Next, review and reports. You might be thinking you have studied all that before in F8. Please don't forget. F8 was basic. This is advanced level. The depth of knowledge, the style of testing, that will be different. So audit of historical financial statements. The other is, yes. This area, if I say its weightage in your syllabus weightage, which I'm talking about, it is around 75% syllabus. Exam point of view as well. Other areas. Other areas include regulatory environment for audit, ethics, and practice management, and other assignments. It is around, I can say, okay, 70 to 75%. So this is 25 to 30% of syllabus weightage. This area. Now, students, I told you when I was discussing this point, IFRS knowledge, audit knowledge, application. In AAA, the failure of student is because of why students fail. The question is, why students fail? Their exam. The first thing is, that is basic. They lack knowledge of IFRS and audit. The first reason. And when they lack it, they fail around below 40 marks. Means they get 30, 35, 25 sometimes. They lack knowledge. And they lack exam drafting skills, answer drafting skills. So in order to ensure this should not happen, the test and the mock we are going to introduce this time. The test and the mock we are going to introduce this time. This is the sole reason that you people, when you end classes with us, then you need only revision. It should not be like that, okay, now I will start, syllabus is complete and I will start preparing for it. No, it should not be. Class is ended. Now it should mean that you need only revision to be prepared for exam. Everything else is prepared before. This is my target this time. And of course, for this purpose, we will be conducting tests and we will be behaving a bit strict this time with the students, because students, whenever they face burden from any source, pressure from any source, or sometimes friendships as well, family gatherings as well, or sometimes they say, I am tired, so I will not attend class. So the first thing they compromise is that is on their education. and we don't want it. We don't want our result to be our means. It is our result when you fail. Anyone fail, it is our result. We don't want that to be spoiled at all. We don't want. So I want absolute, unconditional support from you regarding it, that you will be following my instructions. You'll be attending class, then you'll be doing and solving and mark and doing the test as well. So are you ready, students? Tell me, please. Yes. Good. Great. So what are the resources which we'll be using? I'll be providing you notes, which including past exam questions as well. In addition to this, I will arrange for you some exam kits plus some study text as well. Soft copy. This is what we will provide. Now, students, we'll proceed with the first section, that is the regulatory environment for audits. I need just 2 minutes from you before I started. Just 2 minutes, please. Yes, students. Now, the topic is regulatory environment for audits. And the point is, what is meant by regulation? What is meant by regulation of audits? Regulation means control, monitoring, supervision, direction. And this all, falls under the definition of regulation. That auditor is being regulated. Before I proceed to the regulation of audit, tell me one thing. What is the duty of auditor? What does auditor do? Tell me, please. What is the duty of auditor? Yeah, to report on financial statements of company. This is the duty of auditor. True. The answer is correct. And who utilize that report? Stakeholder. Banks. Whether to give loan to the company or not. They rely on the report of auditor. Shareholders for the further investments. Governments for the taxation purposes. They rely on the report of the auditor. So auditor is regulated. Regulation of audit. Because why? So why to regulate audit? I'm talking about this. The reason of regulation is that the work of auditor is relied upon by so many parties, so many stakeholders. They rely on auditor. And if auditor is not regulated, auditor does not work properly. So all those stakeholders will be misguided. This is the purpose of regulation. Now, so regulation of audit is done by two sources. One is national laws and regulations. And the second is IESBA. National laws and regulations, what does they do? National laws and regulations are those laws and regulations which vary across country to country. That who can act as auditor? Eligibility criteria. National law define. Who can act as auditor? And then so on, there are multiple other things as well. For example, there may be some auditing standards, how to perform audit work, how to improve your knowledge, professional development, maybe certain laws. Vary from country to country. In the UK, for example, in the UK, there is Auditing Practice Board. There is Financial Reporting Council and other bodies as Public Oversight Board as well. So they define, they actually guide auditor. They regulate auditor in different aspects. So I told you, in different countries, these laws and regulations vary country to country. Now, the point is, wherever you are, in whichever country you are. You have to comply with local laws and regulations. The second is IFAC. International Federation of Accountants. IFAC. The second source to regulate audits. Global body of accountancy bodies. ACCA is also a member of it. IFAC regulates audit profession. Two sources. One is IAASB. What is it? International Audit and Assurance Standards Board. This is subcommittee of IFAC. What does it do? This subcommittee of IFAC, it issues, revises the ISAs, International Standards on Auditing. What they are? Sometimes people speak it ISAs, okay, ISA, but I don't like to speak it ISAs. I don't like it, calling it like that, like the name of a person. So ISAs are guidelines. You can note down guidelines to conduct audit of financial statements of company. Guidelines to conduct audit of financial statements of company. It issues this and revise it as well. Secondly, it issues ISQCs. ISQCs. What is it? International Standards on Quality Control. Issues that. What these standards are? They are guidelines to ensure and improve the quality of audits. Guidelines to ensure and improve the quality of audits. Now, next point. In addition to these two, they issue multiple other standards. For example, okay, let me mention one. ISREs. What is it? International standards on review engagement. International standards on review engagement. They issue that. Now, so students, you see how auditor is being, these are the guidelines for auditor. How auditor is directed and controlled. How auditor is being regulated. Now, next point. The next point is the second source the auditor is being regulated, that is another subcommittee of IFAC is, that is IESBA. International Ethics Standards Board for accountants. International Ethics Standard Board for accountants. What does it do? It issues and improves and revises codes of ethics for accountants. Codes of ethics for accountants. Yes. Any questions so far? Now, student, is it clear so far? Any question, anyone? This communication is mandatory during the class. Communication is mandatory. All right. Now, let us proceed further. Students, there is a third way of regulation of audits. That is Audit Committee of company. Audit Committee of company. What Audit Committee is? Audit Committee is basically a subcommittee of board of directors. Of company. Consists of entirely non-executive directors. Out of these, one must be finance expert. What is the role? What is the role of audit committee? The role of audit committee is, number one, they nominate auditor. Not appoint. Appointment is done by shareholders. Nominate. Second, they do determine scope of work of auditor. What is the area of work of auditor? They determine. And third, they monitor independence, mean ethical issues of auditor. Not independence. You see how auditor is being regulated by the audit committee as well. They do that. Audit committee has other roles as well. But currently we are more concerned and interested regarding the roles which are related to the regulation of audits. Now, next point. Yes. The next topic, again, regulation of audit, that is money laundering. The next topic is money laundering. Again, regulation, internationally issue of money laundering. What the money laundering actually is. Money laundering is the process to conceal the origin of proceeds of crime. A money you receive from crime, extortion, bribe, smuggling, drug sale, proceeds of crime. And you want to convert that money to the white money. You want that money to look like legal money. So, and whatever you do in order to do that, that is called money laundering. There are various ways in the world the money laundering is done. So auditor, so we are studying regulation of audit. An auditor should be aware of all that. That the client I am auditing that might be doing money laundering. That might be doing money laundering. Now, the point is, so money laundering, come here. There are three stages, 3 steps. The first step is the money laundering is placement. So placement is the stage where illegal money enters first time into legal system. First time a person took bribe, deposited into the bank. This is the placement stage. Or another example, you are doing business and you are not recording all the expenses and you are paying those expenses through illegal money. So illegal money entering the placement when you are paying expenses through illegal money. Or you are selling a product, the price is 10,000 rupees. You are recording sale of 20,000. Selling for 10,000, recording. So this additional 10,000 you put from illegal money into business. Inflated sale. Money laundering placement stage. The first step where illegal money enters the legal system. Second stage, layering. What is layering? So layering, the name tells, the layers of transactions generated. You deposit into one bank account, transfer to second, withdrawn from the third, then deposit into fourth account. You know, multiple layers. Why? So that things become that confusion, you cannot trace the thing. Deliberately layering is done. You send offshore money, international layering. And the third is that is integration. What is integration? Now here, the final stage where illegal money has taken the form of legal money and it will be used to do some business, to buy some assets, for some expenditures. Integration stage. Now, next. These are stages of money laundering or steps. Come here. Sorry. You see a picture, just see here. Placement, collection of dirty money, placement in the bank, then layering, multiple transactions, wire transfer, banks, then integration, purchase of asset, luxury. Now, students, Money laundering risk indicators. What are the symptoms? You know that the company might be doing money laundering. What are the warning signs that a company might be doing money laundering? So money laundering risk indicators. The first is excessive use of wire transaction. Excessive, remember the word excessive, not normal. Now, what is excessive? That has to be judged as per the business nature. A pattern that after a deposit in one account, you transfer to the other one. Large currency or bearer instrument transactions. What is it? Cash. Dealing in cash. Currency means. Or they don't give cross checks. The checks, you know, checks are crossed. You just deposit in the account. Although it is becoming now old fashioned, giving the check, it's becoming old fashioned. So cash check they give, which are not traceable. Then repeated deposit or withdrawal just below the monitoring threshold. What is it? What is the monitoring threshold? Listen. Central banks of each country, they have maintained a certain transaction amount. Above all that, they are monitored by them. For example, maybe, I don't know what is in your country, might be 1 million or maybe 500,000. So if the limit is, if monitoring threshold is that all transactions above 500,000 will be selected for monitoring, they might be doing transaction for 490,000, 495,000. You know, just to avoid that. So this is again a risk indicator if they are doing such transaction. Secrecy. No record, no information regarding the transaction available in the accounting record. So student, in that case, when there is secrecy, they might be doing something wrong. Risk indicator. And cash-based excessive transaction. You see here. Now, what is criminal offense in the UK? And of course, in majority of the world, same. So criminal offense. A person who possess, deal, or concealed, means the person, Mr. X, is involved in money laundering. He places his money with me. I am also doing the same crime. If I am assisting someone to do money laundering, I am convincing someone, so I am also involved in money laundering. These 2 points. And student, very important point. It is responsibility of auditor. So if auditor is auditing a company, an auditor has some doubts that this company is doing money laundering, some doubts, suspicion. It is responsibility of auditor to disclose that suspicion to authority. And if auditor does not disclose the suspicion, this crime, it is crime. The next is tipping off. Now, what is tipping off? A person who is being investigated for money laundering, and someone give hints to that person that you are being investigated, where that person becomes some conscious, and that affects money laundering investigation. The person who gives a hint, MLRO, is Money Laundering Reporting Officer. I will discuss about it in a few minutes. That crime is called tipping off. Again, money laundering. And on getting such information, the client destroy record, documents. Again, money laundering. All these points are, students, any point you want me to explain, please ask me. Is it clear? Tell me. Any question, please, any point which is not clear, read it. I am ready to re-explain. All right, now let us proceed further. Anti-money laundering procedures. Students, these topics are very important. These all have been touched in exam. Money laundering especially, very important. Each company should appoint a money laundering reporting officer. Who is MLRO? The person who is expert in money laundering and related matters. That is called MLRO. Customer due diligence. You go to the bank and the bank asks you your identity, who you are, your card, NIC. What is your source of income, employment letter, business registration number. So they undertake customer due diligence. Due diligence, they do. So similarly, every business should perform customer due diligence. Know your clients. Here it is. This point is explained here further. Who is the client? Who controls the business? What is the business relationship? What is the nature of the business? Source of funds. This point is very important. Sometimes businesses are there and apparently they are losing money, apparently. But when they see financial statement, they are making profits. Sometimes people, they build businesses just to whiten their black money, just to legalize their illegal money, economic purpose. So that information should be obtained. Company registration number, shareholder's name, director's information. For example, the purpose is to spot unusual activity and then report suspicion of money laundering. And record of every customer at least for 5 years. And now internal procedure. You go, they say fill this form, attach these copies. These 5-7 steps are there. Procedure to deal with the organization. They are basically procedures of organization to curb money laundering and training of all staff members. Yes. Students, this is done. Now, I normally take short break. So I will take a 7-8 minutes break, 8 minutes break. And then I'll be back. Then we have to solve this past exam question on the money laundering. So see you in 8, just refresh yourself. In 8 minutes, we'll be back. Yes, everyone. Now, this is the question in front of you people. You can read it. Discuss the implications of the circumstances described in the audit senior's note. Yes. And explain the nature of any reporting that should take place by the audit senior. 3 marks. Implications of the circumstances and explain the nature of report. Please read this scenario once. It is in front of you people. Read the scenario once, please. Be quick. Read it carefully, please. I'm waiting. Once you have done it, then I will be discussing it. Have you gone through it, students? Have you gone through it? Good. Now, so let us solve it. Let us analyze it and discuss it. The point is, you are a manager in the Lark and Company, responsible for the audit of Heron Company, an owner-managed business which operates a chain of bars and stores, restaurants. This is your firm's first year auditing the client, and the audit for year ended 31st March 2012 is underway. The audit senior sends a note for your attention. When I was auditing revenues, I noticed something strange. Heron Company's revenue, which is almost entirely cash. You see, I have highlighted. money laundering risk indicator is recognized at 5.5 million in the draft statement financial statements. However, the accounting system show that till receipt paid by the customers amount to 3.5 million only. This seemed odd. So I questioned Abagul, the financial controller, about this. Now, student, this required some judgment. Yes, you see here. This seemed odd, skepticism as well. Skepticism. Okay, this seemed odd. So I questioned Avagul, the financial controller, about this. She said that the Jack Heron, the company's owner, deals with cash receipts and posts through journal dealing with cash revenues and sales, cash and revenue. Ava asked Jack the reason for journal, but he refused to give another thing, secrecy. While auditing cash, I noticed a payment of 2 million by electronic transfer from the company bank overseas. What is it? Money laundering. Risk. The bank statement shows the transfer of the same person, but no documentation. Again, alarmed by the size of the transaction, lack of evidence to support it, I questioned Jack Heron, asked his source of cash. Reason, he would not give answer, became aggressive. Now, students, I have typed answer below as well. See, entirely cash-based, ideal environment for, yes, ideal, 2 million difference. Financial statement shows revenue 5.5 million, till receipt 3.5, it's a 2 million difference. Now, so students, just see here. So ideal, and so 2 million additional cash, it appears that it has been added. This is placement stage. Owner himself dealing with the cash, posting through journal, further risk, further suspicious circumstances. Then he transferred the same internationally, layering stage, to disguise the source of funds. Then integration stage will happen. When he will bring the money back. You see here how this is utilized, this information is utilized to form a conclusion, judgment, skepticism first of all, and utilizing that and sensing the situation and forming a conclusion. Is it clear, students? How logically build the arguments? Is it clear? Now, the next point. The next point is they are asking him again and again. Students, there is secrecy. And he's hiding something. Negative, aggressive. Again, alarm, suspicion of money laundering should be there. You see, we have not to just pick points from scenario. Rather, we have to explain them. We have to link them with other points. We have to draw some meaning from that. Students just simply pick the points or simply write conclusion. We have to write both. Points, linkages, and conclusion draw. Now, tipping off client. When you ask too much, he may be tipped off. Although it is more than required, not required this much for 5-6 marks. It's enough, but what is written? Enough. Reporting. He should report to the MLRO. Who's MLRO? Then, if necessary, external body. Suspicion of money laundering, that would be reported. That's it. Another question, this is quite easy. That what is know your client, due diligence? Customer due diligence, know your client, explain that. And this is what you can go through at home. Okay, it's quite easy question. Now, the next is, we are starting with the audit planning, mean audit acceptance. Students, any question so far? Is it clear? Tell me, is it clear so far? Now, the next point is audit planning, audit acceptance. Come here. Students, whenever a company approaches auditor to get its financial statements audited, auditor cannot accept audit immediately. Auditor has to get information and decide whether auditor need to accept the audit or not. So what does auditor do? Auditor obtains relevant information. What is that information? I will talk about that shortly. Identify any issues present. Now, issues resolvable, yes or no. If resolvable, resolve and accept the audit. Not resolvable, simply decline audit. Now, what those relevant issues are? What those relevant issues are? We will talk about that. So the auditor need to get information. So issues can be of two types. One is practitioner, mean auditor related. And the second is client related, the company which has to be audited. Auditor related or practitioner related. What they are? Auditor related or practitioner related. First of all, auditor will consider about himself or herself or themselves whether they are qualified to act as auditor, whether they are qualified to act as auditor, qualified by law, allowed by law. If they are not qualified, of course, they cannot audit that company. They cannot. Yes. They say resources available for audit of that company. Now, what are the resources? Resources may be, number one, Sources may be skills, knowledge, which is required for that audit. For example, bank or IT company, special skill, knowledge, experience. And staffing, staff, audit team, available or not. Not available, arranged, can be arranged or not. Third point, any ethical threat. You know ethical threat as per code of ethics. Self-interest, self-review, etc. that need to be considered. If there are any, they cannot accept the audit. They should resolve it. Now, the next is, okay, things are good. Now, come here. Client-related issues. Perform screening of client. Risk screening. Client is risky or not? Who are the managers? Whether they are politically exposed person, it is automatically risky. Politically exposed person. Perform risk screening of a client. What is their history? What is their reputation? Are there any historical frauds associated with them? Obtain references. Get information. Tell them, provide some reference and verify about them. And the third, that is communication with outgoing auditor. That who is their current auditor, why they are leaving, ask them, contact them. And what is the, ask them, is there any reason we should not accept their audit? These are all sources of information. You know, issues. And by considering all these factors, auditor need to decide in the light of all this information whether we should accept audit or not. Once we have decided, okay, we are going ahead with this audit, there is no big issue, no problem at all. Okay, then we say, okay, we are willing to audit your audit, but we should confirm the preconditions for audit. Important topic. Whether preconditions for audit are present there or not. Student, just like that, a company contacts me, Mr. Hamzah, can you deliver a training on audit with us? I say, okay. I get information. I say, okay, I'm ready. I say, okay, I have to deliver training. I need some projector, some room sufficient, some board, some writing pad. Okay. So preconditions, or have to deliver training to the engineers regarding audit. No, you cannot. They will not understand what I will be saying. Preconditions. So preconditions for audit are those factors, if they are not present, auditor will not go for audit. What they are? There are two preconditions. One, the first precondition, that financial reporting framework being used by a company is acceptable as per law. Which reporting framework? IFRS or something else? If that is not acceptable, something illegal, we cannot go for that audit. We cannot go for that audit. And the second point is, obtain management agreement that they have responsibility regarding three matters. Number one, you will note down, prepare financial statement as per, it is, the first one is prepare financial statement. They have responsibility to prepare financial statements as per applicable financial reporting standard. They have responsibility to prepare financial statement as per applicable financial reporting standards. Second point, to maintain internal controls. To maintain internal controls for preparation of financial statements. And third one, to provide auditor unrestricted access of all records. To provide auditor unrestricted of all records relevant to audits. Relevant to audits. So you see here, these are the two preconditions, 1 and 2. If any one of these is missing, how auditor can audit? Auditor cannot. Now, next. So once auditor is satisfied with all these, now auditor accepts the nomination, sit with the management, and decides terms and condition of audit. Decide terms and condition of audit with them verbally first. Then they are put in writing. Yes. Sorry, my screen is not visible to you. Oh my God, you should have told me. I just noticed. Because I was just looking at iPad only. Now, students, then auditor decides with them. The previous auditor gone, outgoing. Now I am new auditor. I submit a letter of engagement. Contract. Engagement letter is signed, in which all the terms and conditions of auditor are mentioned. Now I am new auditor. Previous auditor gone. So, students, the legal formalities related to previous auditor removal and regarding the new auditor appointment, legal formalities, notices have to be sent to the parties, to the authorities. So that has to be sent to ensure that it is sent. Now, content of engagement letter. Students, this is the last topic for today. You people don't have notes. These will be available in 2 days on the portal itself, maybe by Monday or Tuesday. Under the same, where you find this, the link of Zoom, another, it will be added. You can download those notes over there. And then we will proceed from the next class from that next topic. So content of engagement letter. What is included in the engagement letter? Scope of audit. Objective. Scope means what has to be audited. What are the duties? Which is the area to be covered during audit? It is statutory audit required by law or not? What are auditors' responsibilities? What are management responsibilities? What is the relevant financial reporting framework? What is the type of report and content of reports to be produced by auditor? These are the mandatory content of any engagement letter, mandatory. In addition to these, any matter which auditor thinks, which management thinks, that can be included in the engagement letter. I have given a list. This need not to be memorized. I'm telling you, whatever management wants, whatever auditor wants, that can be included. Students, so far, any question? Is it clear? Tell me, please. Anyone, any question? Is it clear? All right. Now, recurring audits. What is recurring audits? Friends, I got appointed for the audit of, for example, EY. They got appointed for the audit of Coca-Cola in 2021. So EY had submitted an engagement letter there. Again, 2022, Coca-Cola says you again work as auditor. Now the question is, EY will submit a new engagement letter in the next year? The answer is no, not needed. Same engagement letter will serve the purpose. But there are certain circumstances when engagement letter has to be revised. The first thing, when there is misunderstanding regarding the terms and condition of audit, regarding the scope of audit, where terms and conditions have to be revised, engagement letter has to be revised, then new will be submitted. Senior management of the company change. Majority of the shareholders change. Relevant laws and regulation change. financial reporting framework change. They want auditor to report on other matters. So if any one of these conditions is changed, a new engagement letter has to be submitted. Is it clear? Is it clear to everyone? Any question, any point which is not clear, any point you want me to re-explain, read these points, please. If there is any point which is not clear, that when engagement letter will be resubmitted in the recurring audits, do let me know, please. I am ready to re-explain. All right, students. If it is clear, now in the so we have done. I told you that we have done this already till acceptance of audit. Now audit methodologies and strategy plan. This is audit strategy, audit methodologies. This will be the plan for the next session. And I'm telling you, whatever we have done on the money laundering, and one question I told you to do at home, try that. The other revise. And these notes will be available to you by Monday maximum. Okay. So we will be meeting next Saturday. And I'm telling you, next lecture is very, very, very important. Because that will form a basis of a 25-mark question of your paper. I'm telling you. So we are going to meet in the next class. Okay, I'm ending class now. In the next class, we will of course take full time when you will have notes. So prepare these things very well. I'm telling you in advance. You just can't see the test. Okay, the test is in front of you, and that test will be mandatory for everyone. And you can do only if you attend class on regular basis. Today's video recording again, because tomorrow is Eid. You know, Eid holidays are here actually. Okay, no worries, no worries. I can understand. You know, the acceptance of audits, of money laundering, you know, that this video will be available to you for by Tuesday, most probably, because of Eid holidays. Normally, we provide video in the next 36 hours. Okay, so it will be available for rewatch. Those who have missed it because of the power cut, they can rewatch it. So in the next class, you have to prepare all that, because I will not be repeating these things. Okay, so and notes will also be available. God bless you. Have a wonderful weekend. See you in the next class. Take care. Goodbye. Goodbye.